Sensational. The arrivals gate at New York Airport suddenly turned into a romantic comedy stage for Taekook. Far from an ordinary romantic hug, Jungkook burst into loud laughter, covering his face. As it turns out, Kim Taehyung boldly flew for over 10 hours wearing Jungkook's oversized shirt and pants. Confidently showing up in his lover's clothes, Taehyung's silly stunt successfully drove Jungkook wild. This hilarious moment turned sweet when Taehyung whispered that he missed Jungkook's scent throughout the flight. Holding hands tightly, Jungkook joked that he would charge Taehyung a steep rental fee for the clothes. Their combination of hearty laughter and intimate interaction successfully sent fans all over the world into full-on emotional swoons. Army, welcome back to VFX. Today we've got another exciting update you won't want to miss, so stay tuned until the end. The atmosphere at John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York, which is usually filled with the hustle and bustle of rushed passengers, suddenly turned warm and full of joy. The arrival of Kim Taehyung, also known as V, was the most anticipated moment of the day. However, the sight at the international arrivals gate felt vastly different from usual, as a man wearing a thick jacket was already standing right at the front, his eyes constantly fixed on the flight information screen. The man patiently waiting was none other than Jeon Jungkook, Taehyung's lover who had arrived in the United States a few days earlier for his work schedule. The longing that welled up after being separated by distance and time zones made Jungkook reluctant to just wait at the hotel. With tight security yet a relaxed style, Jungkook chose to personally pick up his lover right at the airport arrivals area. When the automatic glass doors opened and Taehyung stepped out holding a suitcase, everyone's attention immediately turned to him. However, instead of displaying a formal style or luxury high fashion as often shown in renowned fashion magazines, Taehyung actually appeared in a style very familiar to those closest to him, especially to Jungkook. Taehyung walked with immense confidence, wearing an oversized loose sweater and matching all-black sweatpants. The outfit was extremely familiar, because it was a favorite set from Jungkook's daily wardrobe. Taehyung had apparently purposefully raided Jungkook's closet before leaving to bring and wear his lover's clothes during his long flight in the air. The moment Jungkook caught sight of Taehyung walking toward him wearing his clothes from head to toe, Jungkook's composure completely crumbled. Instead of offering a poetic hug or a stiff romantic greeting, Jungkook spontaneously covered his face and burst into loud laughter in the middle of the crowded airport arrivals area. His hearty and contagious laugh immediately drew the attention of every pair of eyes there. Seeing his lover's dramatic reaction, Taehyung felt no embarrassment whatsoever. Instead, he stopped in his tracks, put his hands on his hips, and posed like a top model walking down a runway. Taehyung's signature boxy smile widened, showing just how happy he was to successfully prank and make Jungkook laugh so freely using only his choice of outfit that day. That silly and adorable stunt instantly transformed the rigid airport arrivals area into their personal romantic comedy stage. Jungkook, still unable to stop laughing, finally stepped forward, closed the distance between them, and pulled Taehyung into a warm, tight embrace. The moment of holding each other amidst lingering laughter radiated extraordinary warmth that melted the cold New York atmosphere. Jungkook even took a moment to adjust the beanie Taehyung was wearing while shaking his head, as if still unable to believe his lover was truly bold enough to fly for over 10 hours wearing his clothes and pants. On the other hand, Taehyung looked completely comfortable wrapped in Jungkook's arms, enjoying the familiar scent of his perfume and the sense of safety he always felt whenever he was near his lover. For the staff and fans witnessing the moment from afar, this sight was not merely a reunion of two big stars, but tangible proof of the deep emotional bond between them. Taehyung's courage to be completely genuine and the innocence of Jungkook's reaction showed how natural the dynamics of love were that they built behind the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry. This relaxed yet love-filled interaction proved that romance does not always have to be filled with luxury or dramatic gestures. Simple laughter, the comfort of sharing little things like clothes, and the warmth of a hug in a public place were enough to show the immense sense of mutual belonging between Taehyung and Jungkook. That night, the sweet story of Taehyung's arrival in New York concluded with their banter continuing all the way to the pickup car. This laughter-filled airport moment not only left sweet memories for the two of them, but also succeeded in warming the hearts of millions of fans around the world who shared in the happiness of their vibrant love story. Amidst the slowly fading laughter, Taehyung did not immediately release his lover's warm embrace. Instead, he drew his body even closer and rested his face on Jungkook's shoulder, then whispered softly near his ear. "I wore your clothes on purpose," Taehyung whispered in his soft, deep voice, "because a flight over 10 hours felt so long. But by wearing these clothes, your signature scent made me feel like you were always right beside me all the way here." Hearing such an honest and sweet confession from the man he loved, the smile on Jungkook's lips instantly turned into an exceptionally gentle gaze. Touched by the words, Jungkook abruptly cut off the rest of his laughter, replacing it with his signature playful smirk. While still holding Taehyung tightly by the waist, he adjusted the sweater collar that looked a bit loose on Taehyung's shoulder. "Besides, these clothes of mine are clearly way too big on you, Hyung," Jungkook teased playfully right next to Taehyung's ear, replying to his whisper. "But strangely, why do they look so much better when you wear them? Looks like starting tomorrow, I'll have to charge you a steep rental fee for these clothes." Taehyung merely chuckled softly at the teasing, playfully bumping his shoulder against Jungkook's broad chest. After the moments of shared laughter and warm hugs that made the airport atmosphere feel so magical, the two finally prepared to walk toward the pickup car waiting outside the area. Unbothered by the flashes of cameras from afar or the attention of people around them, Jungkook naturally intertwined his fingers with Taehyung's. He held his lover's hand tightly, as if channeling all the longing that had been held back by the distance. Their tightly locked fingers became the sweetest closing sight, accompanying their relaxed steps away from the romantic comedy stage they had just created in New York. As they walked side by side toward the airport exit, the warmth of their linked fingers was accompanied by relaxed, playful conversation. Taehyung turned toward Jungkook, pretending to pout as if sulking, though the sparkle in his eyes gave him away. "Why were you laughing so hard?" Taehyung chimed in with a playfully spoiled tone. "I just wanted to feel close to you the whole way here. I intended for it to be romantic, but you just laughed until you ran out of breath." Jungkook giggled again, holding his stomach as he tried hard to control the laughter still lingering in his throat. He looked down at the super oversized black sweatpants sweeping against Taehyung's shoes, then looked back at his lover's sweet face. Trying to stop laughing, "I was just shocked. You really wore my most oversized pants all the way to New York? You're unbelievable," Jungkook answered while shaking his head, full of fondness. "You should have told me from Seoul first, so I could prepare myself mentally when picking you up." I was startled. When the doors opened, a different version of myself popped out. Taehyung chuckled softly at the response, intentionally bumping his shoulder against Jungkook's muscular arm. "Well, your pants are super comfortable to sleep in on the plane anyway. Besides, it looks great, doesn't it? That way, everyone in New York immediately knows who I belong to." Hearing that innocent yet bold tease, Jungkook's steps suddenly came to a brief halt. He looked at Taehyung with a warm, tilted smile, then gently squeezed their clasped hands. Yes, Mr. Kim. Everyone already knows that you are mine," Jungkook whispered firmly, causing a faint blush to instantly creep onto Taehyung's cheeks amidst the chilly New York air. "Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness." This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.